just let the tears flood down because, oh, you guys, I'm officially applying to graduate. I just never thought this day would be here. And it's so emotional. I don't know why I'm so emotional. I just I genuinely never thought I would get here. I'm reading about purchasing tickets for my family, my son. It's so important to me that he gets to watch his mom walk across the stage. I'm just gonna look back on this day forever and just remember all the heartache and everything I went through to get through this program and to get through here, to be here. It's just so emotional for me because I look at myself and I've never looked worse. I mean, I've never looked worse in my life. And just the depression and everything that I have gone through. I mean, I was in school and had a baby and working full time and trying to complete a nursing bachelor's program, all while having an infant. And now my son is 2.5 years old. I've literally been in this program since the day he was born. To be here and know that I don't have to give my son up because of homework or just miss out on anything because I'm stuck doing homework or being distracted at work, trying to finish homework at work, all of this stuff, I just can't believe. I just really can't believe I applied for graduation. Okay, so piggybacking off of that, I realize I haven't really shown a lot of content on here about me being in school, which I'm going to insert some clips in here toward the end so I can kind of just give you guys more of a realistic understanding of how much this has affected my mentality. Just things like that. I think it's important to show. Some of it's really difficult to watch, even difficult for me to watch. But I think the reason I want to show it is because I want people to know going in what it's like and if it's something that they can sustain. A lot of people can't. For example, when I started nursing school, we started with 100 students. When I graduated, we had 20. If that helps to put things into perspective. So it's a really, really, really difficult journey. It's a really difficult road. But I also want to show this because when I was going through it, I almost quit so many times. And genuinely, I didn't think it was worth it because I'm not getting a pay increase for it. I get nothing for it. I'm still a nurse. I'm still going to be paid the same as every other nurse. There's no advantage to getting this degree other than when I started my job, it was a requirement. I found out halfway through the program that it's no longer a requirement. And I almost decided to give up at that point in time because I'm why am I doing this if it's not a requirement? Why am I putting myself through so much stress, so much heartache, so much anxiety, so much depression, psychotic breaks? It's affecting my family, my son, my marriage. Why am I doing this? It's not even required anymore. I stuck with it because Although it's not required right now, that doesn't mean that it won't be required in the future, and then I might have to like start all over again. Let that car go by. Well, good gracious. And so like with it not, I just was like, it's stupid because, credits expire. And so I'm like, I wouldn't want to like not do it and then 10 years from now it's required again and I have to start all over and I lose all these credits for stuff that I've already done. Like, it just makes more sense to just see it through. And it can be done. And I think that that's an important thing to point out because you will see that I did not believe that this was something that would ever come. I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, did not think I would ever finish this. I did not think it would ever go away. Another thing to remind here, I didn't do things how normally they're done. So like if you come out of high school and go into a nursing program where you're automatically going to get your RN and your BSN together, usually can be achieved in 4 years. I didn't do that. When I came out of high school at 17, I started a medical assisting program, and that was 2 years. I worked in orthopedics for 5 years. I quit that and went into oncology as a medical assistant and started my nursing program that I had to do gen eds for, because when I did my medical assisting program, it's a certificate program, not a degree program. So there are no prerequisites required. It's focused solely on your core classes of what you need to do to be a medical assistant. So I had to start all over as if I never went to college. And I also forgot to mention I was also a phlebotomist. So I went originally for phlebotomy, got that, and then I went back and got the medical assistant, got that, worked for 5 years, went back into the nursing program, had to do 1 year of gen eds, then had to do the nursing program, which was 2 years. So that was 3 years. The medical assisting program was 2 years. The phlebotomy program was 1. Then I had to go back and finish the bachelor's, which was another 2.5 years. So almost 9 years of dealing with this, almost a decade. So for me, I didn't see an end in sight. And that contributed to a lot of mental stress and feelings and battle internally. Also, while, this is all going on, you have to remember it's not just school. This person is getting married, having babies, moving multiple times, starting multiple new jobs. It's hard enough to be like in a program like that, let alone add in all of those life things. So if there's anybody that would be watching this that I could encourage if they wanted to pursue nursing to start right away. Or if there's anybody watching this that is starting later in life, it might be beneficial to see what all is entailed in that, just because it's not for everyone. And that's just the facts. I've had coworkers that have tried to go back in nursing. They're older, like in their 40s, and just not go well. It did not go well. I've had people complete the program and come out and have to start doing the actual work and it not go well. So, I've had where we've orientated nurses and they quit after 6 weeks because, this just isn't for me. So I think it's like really important to show these pieces of information just so that everyone can kind of see what goes into this and have, like a little bit more understanding if it's something that they wanted to do, or if it's something that a family member is going through, to be more supportive, or things like that. I don't really see anything bad coming of this. I mean, obviously, you're going to see a lot of emotions, a lot of depression, a lot of darkness, but that's what it is. And it's just really kind of comes down to if you can survive living like that for a few years or not. So I said I survived it, obviously. But that's why it's so emotional, because to have so much go on and affect a person so deeply, it's like, and they feel like there's no way out, right? It's like swimming in water with bricks tied to your feet. And to finally be able to get out of the pool, it's just a feeling I can't put in words. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and thank you for supporting me.
Okay, ignore this bar right here. I just needed to come on here and document this moment, because for the first time in such a long time, I'm talking almost a decade, I just feel free. I feel like the chain of school is gone. And I feel light, and I feel happy. I don't think that I ever thought I would ever use that word to describe how I'm feeling. I feel happy. I can see it. I only have one class left, and then I'm done. I am done. I, I feel like I have time to do stuff for my family, and it doesn't bother me now. I woke up this morning, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make my husband a lunch, do all this stuff. I'm gonna write out plan my day with Chase. I don't know. I just feel free. I can just do whatever. There's no thing in the back of my mind that's daunting, oh my gosh, you only have this one day to spend with him because tomorrow you have school and da-da-da. It's gone. It's gone. It's just really, really nice, guys. It's really nice.
Okay, so today's an interesting day for me. I woke up this morning and I was so happy to see my son, and I wanted to spend time with him, and it's a beautiful day, and I wanted to go outside with him and just do all these fun things together. It's a really, really nice day. But then reality kind of hit that I can't do any of those things because I have college. And in reality, it's no, you can't do that because you have to go drop your son off and write a paper. And that just kind of made me so sad and emotionally stung me so hard, because I feel really alone right now, and I just want my son around. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to sit here 1 second I'm feeling down and depressed, the next second I'm okay, no, you got this, write this paper, go get your son, everything will be done when you're done with this paper, it's fine. And then it's another part of me is over here I'm sick and tired of writing this paper. I've written 100 papers like this already before. It's literally preventing me from spending time with my family. School's getting in the way of me growing my family, all of these things. I just start getting so mad, so upset, triggered by the school and everything. And it's just I just get like really triggered by school. Like school is really, 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 really triggering for me. And it causes me like so much emotional instability because it's like writing this stuff and doing this right now, like I'm so sad. Like I literally want to cry. I like don't want to do it. Like I don't want to do it. I feel like I've been like suppressed for so long with school because I've been in school for like 10 years now. Because I did it the wrong way. Like if I would have went to nursing school when I graduated high school, it would have been like 4 years and I would have been done. But I didn't do that, and I went for phlebotomy, and then I went for medical assisting. Then I had to go back and start all over because those are certificate programs and not like degree programs. Then I had to start all over as if I never even went to college and do all my gen eds and then do the nursing program. And so that was 3 years. And then now I have to do this bachelor's program, and I didn't do the gen eds to get a bachelor's degree. So then I had to do a year of gen eds. And then like 18 months of the actual program. And it's just like it never flippin' ends. And it's like I'm already working as a nurse, and it's just like it just never ends. And I feel like I've been robbed of like experiencing a real life. And so then when I sit here and I'm like thinking about all of that, and I'm just so triggered by that, and I'm like, I literally am missing out on spending time with my kid. I wanted to have more children, and this is delaying me from growing my family. This is causing me to like emotional distress and emotional dysregulation. Sorry, my neighbor's cutting his grass. I don't even care right now. Like, probably looks at me like I'm like some flipping psycho sitting here talking to myself and crying. I don't care. But I don't know. So I'm just like having a hard time with that. And like in reality, it's like, okay, this is where I struggle, because reality is if I would just write this paper, and like it only has to be 3 pages. Like I can bang out a 3-page paper in 5 minutes. Okay. Like honestly, like it takes longer to write like 11 to 20 page papers. So it's like, it's only a 3-page paper, which is literally like, whoa, and you're done. And it's just like, I fight it like so hard. And reality is, if I would just do this paper, get it out of the way, get it over with, and submit it, all of this would be behind me. But it's like, this is what I'm emotionally and mentally going through before I can hit submit and have it be emotionally behind me. It's like, I wish that I could just come to the table, write the paper, and move the hell on. But it's like, no, because it's triggering for me. And it's, you know, it's like you trigger me, and then I start thinking about all this stuff, and I start spiraling, and then I want to go off because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is stupid. Why do I have to do this? I'm wasting my time. And it's just like, no, reel it back in. Emotionally regulate yourself and stay strong. And it's just like the emotional regulation is just really difficult right now for me. So that's what that kind of looks like. It's been 2 hours. I wrote the paper. Then I looked at the grading rubric, and like I was able to find like the answers to everything I needed without having to call the Illinois Department of Aging. But then like I just looked at the rubric for the paper, and it says like you have to include the phone conversation that you had, and like who the representative is that you spoke with, and like I didn't call because I have like social anxiety, and I don't want to like call and talk to people. And now I feel like stupid. Call and talk about what? I already have all the flippin' answers. I don't need to speak to you. There is no point. So that you can tell me about shit that's already listed on your fucking website that I can find and read with my own 2 fucking eyeballs myself? Hello? You guys, it's probably like not that big a deal. I'll just like call and get like this person's like a name or whatever, but it's just extremely, extremely frustrating. Extremely frustrating. Like, it was so important for me to film this right now because, like, I honestly hope that every freaking college professor in the flippin' world can watch this video, because there are your students out here that have their own social determinants of health and have their own mental health struggles and everything else in the flippin' world, and you guys make it 10 times harder on us than it absolutely needed to be. Thank you for that. I love having emotional dysregulation and crying and being like this. This is so unnecessary. You can make regular assignments with regular essay prompts and have your students reply to them. This is ridiculous. So, this is like a week later, and I just watched those videos that I was recording when I was struggling with school. And everything I said, I'm just like, facts, facts, facts. But also, I can just see the amount of distress in myself. And that is like really devastating to me. This week for school was a lot easier for me than last week. So I wasn't like as triggered and having those issues. Also, I decided to start putting my mental health first. And I started like running. I used to run about 4 to 6 miles every day. But then when I got pregnant and had my son, who's now like going to be 2.5 in August, I just kind of stopped running. And so the last 2 days when I was doing schoolwork this week, I decided to run before doing it. And man, that was super helpful to like take all of those bottled emotions and that negative energy and put it somewhere instead of directing it at school. And I was more able to kind of like come to looking at school material with like more of a level head, I guess. Just like it helped to bring that like heightened state like down. So I think I'm going to try and start doing that in the future. But having said that, I mean, I still do stand by what I said. I think that colleges need to really evaluate like what they're putting their students through. I'm not arguing with things that we need to learn. I'm arguing with how we're going about learning them. I think there's a beneficial way to learning and a non-beneficial way to learning. And when you make assignments so difficult like that it sends people into having anxiety and panicking and did I do it right? And I don't know how to do, like, when there's that, you're not really learning anything in this situation right now. There's a way to make assignments and work enjoyable to where it's something that somebody wants to learn more about. And I just don't think like the way that they're doing things is how that should be. Like talking to other classmates, who are texting me struggling with the same thing, so anxious because they don't understand how to complete the assignment. They don't understand what exactly the assignment is asking of them. Things of that nature. It's just kind of like, hey, we had to call the Illinois Department of Health. Then we had to find out an agency that the Illinois Department of Public Health offers. So the Illinois Department on Aging. After you get to that agency, what services are available for the community? Call and talk to a representative, get more information, ask this. This is your prompt. Let them know that you're a student nurse and you're this and that, and then now write this. This is too much. When you're in reality trying to educate your nurses about websites available through their state public health department, agencies and services that are available, things of that nature, there's no reason to call. There's no reason to put that pressure on the student. A simple prompt stating, visit your state's public health department, find an agency, look at what services are available, look at the social determinants of health in your community, and tell us, what is affecting your community and what services you think would be available to bring awareness to in your community. Things of that nature, that would be a totally fine assignment. The, calling, insert, look up APA documentation on how to document a conversation. None of that is helpful. Looking up and documenting a conversation in APA format, none of that is helpful. Especially when the true concept that you want the student to grasp is learning how to better participate in your community as a community health nurse. So that's kind of what I mean by there's so much unnecessary stress and anxiety that is placed on the student. I mean, people have social anxiety, different things like that. It's not easy for them to call and have conversations with other people and, just different things. Community nursing might not be for them. Public health nursing might not be for them because of that. I do agree that we need to learn about it, but I don't think that it's appropriate to make student nurses act in those positions. Learn about those positions, go into those positions if you have interest in it, whatever the case may be. Another example of this is I'm an oncology nurse. We touch on cancer when we are learning, in nursing school and things of that nature, but it is very highly specialized nursing, just like ICU is. So, or cardiac or ortho, etc. Dialysis nurses, things of that nature, right? So when you get out of nursing school and you get that basic about being a nurse, you get to be a part of nursing societies, okay, that offer additional education. The Oncology Nursing Society offers classes on chemotherapy and training for chemotherapy and taking a test to become chemotherapy certified. And then after certain requirements, there's more education about obtaining your oncology nursing certification. Things of, you can go in now that you are a nurse, decided what you like, for me, oncology, and you can dive into that. That's where you can go in depth and you can get crazy and you can ask them to call and participate or whatever the case, because they should be participating. If you're deciding that this is the specialty that I want to enter into, you are now already a registered nurse. You're now taking part of being a part of that oncology nursing society. That makes sense to me. Not here. I, have no interest in public health and community health nursing. Somebody else does, and that's great. And when they graduate as a nurse, they should really dive into that and focus their that area of nursing. I think it's okay to educate me about that area of nursing. I don't want to participate in it though. I don't want to be calling the Illinois Department of Public Health. I don't want to be calling the Illinois Department on Aging. I don't want to be calling, Kankakee County Public Health Department and setting up to do presentations there to educate community on colon cancer screenings and, all of these things. That's a real job for a nurse, and somebody out there needs to do that. But I don't think that it's appropriate to have students going in and doing that stuff. I think actual community public health nurses should be contacting Kankakee Community Department of Health and hosting screenings and things of those natures. That's not the responsibility of a student. And to put that stress on a student it's just too much, and it takes away from learning. And not only does it take away from learning, it makes learning about that topic so stressful and so negative that I get this type of reaction where it's like, oh my God, like this is what this is about. I want nothing to do with it. So I don't know. That's just my perspective on it. Hopefully running helps, and I will keep you guys updated. Thanks for staying tuned with me and all of my emotional dysregulation. See you guys in the next one. Bye.